Let me ask you something. You ever have one of those weeks where it felt like she was finally into you? The conversation was flowing. She was double texting, sending you memes at 11 p.m., laughing at stuff that honestly wasn't even that funny. And then suddenly, silence. Not a fight, not a breakup, just a slow drop in temperature. Her replies get shorter. She takes longer. And the energy that was electric on Monday feels like a desert by Friday. And now you're sitting there at 1 a.m., scrolling back through your messages, trying to figure out where the spark went. Was it that one joke? Was it the double text? Did I come on too strong? I see you, bro. Every man has been there. Here's the thing, nobody tells you. She didn't lose interest because of what you said. She lost interest because she stopped feeling something. Specifically, she stopped feeling that low-grade missing you ache that keeps a woman emotionally locked in. Because attraction isn't built when you're talking to her. It's built in the space between conversations, in the silence, in the wondering. And most guys try to fix this by playing games. Disappearing for 3 days, sending dry one-word replies, posting thirst traps. Bro, please stop. Games don't make women miss you. Games make you look insecure with extra steps. What I'm about to give you is the opposite of games. 7 real moves rooted in actual female psychology that make a woman think about you when you're not there. No manipulation, no tactics. Just the kind of presence that lingers. Let's get into it. 1. Become the man with somewhere to be. You ever notice how the guys women obsess over always seem to be doing something? They aren't always available. They aren't waiting around. Not because they're playing hard to get, but because they actually have a life. Here's the truth. A woman cannot miss you if you never leave. If you're texting her at 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 3 p.m., and 9 p.m., you've handed her your entire daily report. There's no gap left for her brain to fill in. Mystery isn't a strategy. Mystery is what happens when you have a real life. Hit the gym, build the thing, get coffee with your friends. And when you're doing those things, actually be doing them. Don't half engage with your life while waiting for her to reply. Translation: the man whose attention is hard to fully capture is the man women fight to keep. 2. End conversations before she does. This one is huge and almost nobody does it. Most guys text a girl until the conversation slowly dies. Replies get drier. Eventually, one of you just stops responding. That's how a vibe deflates instead of pops. Here's the rule. End on a high. When you're both laughing, when she just sent a fire response, when the energy is peaking, that's when you exit. All right, gotta run. Talk later. And then you actually go. Why does this work? Because her brain doesn't get the closure dopamine. The conversation didn't drag to its boring natural death. It got cut while the music was still playing. Now her brain replays the last few messages because it never got to wrap up. She's still standing in the moment with you, long after you put your phone down. Same reason every good show ends on a cliffhanger. Incomplete experiences stick. Completed ones get filed away. 3. Let her feel the gap. I'm not telling you to ghost. I'm not telling you to play 48-hour reply games like you're some kind of psychological terrorist. I'm telling you, stop being the guy whose phone vibrates back the second she hits send. Reply when you reply. If you're working, work. If you're eating dinner with your boys, eat. If you're at the gym, lift. Your phone is not your life support. When she sends a text, the energy of that text exists in her mind for a while before you respond to it. That moment, that pause, that's gold. That's the moment she wonders. That's the moment she checks her phone again. That's where missing you actually lives. Instant replies don't make her feel chosen. They make her feel like she's the most interesting thing in your life. Which means she stops trying, because the chase ended before it started. 4. Stop telling her everything. This one is so simple and so few guys do it. When something good happens, you do not have to immediately text her about it. Got promoted? Sit with it. Had a wild story at the bar? Save it. Heard a song that reminded you of her? Hum it on your drive home. Why? Because the second you tell her, you discharge the emotional energy. You're outsourcing your wins, your stories, your inner world to her phone. And now she has no reason to ask, no reason to dig, no reason to be curious. The man who doesn't share everything is the man women want to peel open. Be that man. When she does see you, she gets the highlight reel in person, not a daily debrief over text. That makes every interaction feel like opening a present instead of refreshing a feed. Be the calmest person she knows. When her boss is stressing her out, when her best friend is being toxic, when her family is on one, you are the guy who doesn't flinch. You're not jumping into rescue mode. You're not panicking with her. You're not feeding the drama. You're just there, steady, grounded, calm. Bro, this is the most magnetic thing you can be. Women live in a world full of noise. Their group chats are loud. Their phones never stop. Their feelings move fast. When you become the one calm room in her life, you become the place her brain wants to retreat to. She'll start thinking about you at random times, on a crowded train, after a hard call with her mom, at the end of a chaotic day, not because of anything you said, but because your energy is a contrast to everything else. You're the deep breath she didn't know she was holding. Calm is not boring. Calm is rare, and rare is what gets remembered. 6. Have an opinion she can't predict. Yes, men get forgotten. The guy who agrees with everything she says, laughs at every joke, validates every feeling without question, becomes background noise. She doesn't dislike him. She just doesn't think about him. The man she remembers is the man who pushes back. Not in a rude way, in a real way. She says she loves a movie you think is overrated, you tell her with a grin. She tries to slot you into one personality type. You flip the script on her. She has a hot take, you challenge it. This is called having a spine. And it does 2 things. 1, it makes her actually think during your conversations, which builds emotional weight. 2, it gives her a reason to want to know more, because you aren't fully figured out yet. Predictable men get filed under friend. Grounded men with their own opinions get filed under, I keep thinking about him and I don't even know why. 7, make the time with you feel different. This is the secret most guys miss. You can do all 6 of the moves above, but if every time she actually sees you the interaction is flat, none of it matters. Missing you starts with feeling something with you. So when you are with her, be all in. Phone away, eye contact, slow down, don't rush. Notice things about her, tease her, make her laugh hard. Touch her shoulder when you're telling a story. Let her feel like, for the time she's with you, she is the only thing happening. Then leave first. When she goes home, her brain replays it. Not the boring middle parts, the peaks, the eye contact, the way you teased her. The moment you said something that made her stop and look at you a second too long, that replay loop, that's missing you. That's not a game. That's just being a man who makes moments matter. So look, here's the bottom line. Making her miss you isn't about disappearing, manipulating, or playing it cool. It's about being a man whose presence is felt and whose absence is noticed. You You stop being a constant. You become an event. If you actually live these 7 moves, you'll stop chasing the missing you feeling. She'll start feeling it without you trying. But missing you is just one piece. Once she's thinking about you, you have to know how to handle the moments you actually talk. Because the wrong text or the wrong tone can flatten everything you just built. That's exactly why you need to watch my video on mastering the art of texting women without being cringe. It breaks down how to flirt over text, how to handle silence, and how to keep her hooked without ever trying. Click right here. Click right